Networking and Marketing Made Simple is for you, the business owner who has a product, a service, or a message that you believe in. My name is Scott Aaron, and each week we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into the real-world marketing and networking tactics and strategies for getting what you have in front of you to a lot more people. Thanks for spending time with me, and now let's get started. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Networking and Marketing Made Simple. Happy New Year. And before we jump in, I have another special guest with me.
Hey guys, it's Nancy.
So Nancy's back, but before we do that, we just wanted to let everyone know we are officially 1 week away, 7 days away from our first workshop of the 2022 calendar year. It's called the Personal Branding Blueprint. It goes from January 10th.
What was that again?
The Personal Branding Blueprints. Try to say that 5 times in a row. It's from January 10th to January 14th, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live and recorded. Monday through Thursday. Friday is from 5 to 6. Yes. So that's our happy hour session, and there will be some bonus Q&A days that we'll be announcing as we get started. So the registration link to join us will be found in the description of this episode, so do not wait. So if you really want to build out that personal brand, to gain more clarity, to generate more leads, to really qualify people into your business, whatever it is, you're going to want to join this masterclass, which we are super, super excited to start with you guys starting next Monday. So what we're going to be talking about today are the 3 reasons why you should focus on building your personal brand online. Now, before we dive in, is you have to want to build your personal brand online. And I don't think there's enough people, and there's a lot of buzzwords that are constantly brought up, and personal brand is one of them. But we're going to go over the 3 reasons why you should be focusing on building your personal brand this year and moving forward. And we promise you that if these things are focused on, you will see a significant change in your business.
Absolutely. So first, in this episode, I really wanted to kind of blanket this whole statement across the whole thing. Whether you want a personal brand or not, guess what? You have one. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because every single person, right? Whether it's a business owner, maybe it could be a potential, maybe you're going to apply for a job, or, it's a future client. Every single person nowadays, when they want to learn something about someone, what are they going to do? They're going to probably Google you. Okay. So what's going to come up? Any social media sites, blogs, anything that you've done, right? That's going to pop up. What else are they going to do? They might go directly to your social media. Maybe they'll check you out on LinkedIn or on Facebook or Instagram. Okay. You know why I know this is true? It's because I do it. Scott does it. In fact, when people go to hire us, often they'll say, hey, can I add you on LinkedIn or can I check you out here? So it is something that whether you like it or not, you are building a personal brand online. Now, the only way that you wouldn't be is if you are completely ghosting on all the different platforms, right? And there still might be stuff about you. Okay. So the whole thing is we want to make sure that when people do search or Google your name, good things pop up. Right? We want things that are going to build your credibility and really make you shine. Okay. So that's why we're really going to talk about, especially in this episode, the reasons why you should focus on building your personal brand. Now, even before we dive into those 3 tips, I want to share with you guys a quick little story. That actually happened. This was a couple months ago. So I'm in the midst of writing a book on personal branding at the moment. And I had done an article, around personal branding, and someone had posted a comment. It was kind of a troll comment. And the person posted a comment and said, I don't want to build a personal brand. I just want to go off my skills and abilities and blah, 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 blah. And it was kind of like this mean, kind of nasty, like, I'm not building my personal brand and it's not happening. And, I don't care what people think of my social media, just basically like this curmudgeon. Well, guess what happened? I clicked on his profile. Okay. And this was a LinkedIn, a gentleman on LinkedIn. He was I think he was like a CEO of a hotel chain. And I start clicking around in his social media, and guess what I found? I found an entire trail curmudgeony, right? This guy was just curmudgeon. He was posting like mean kind of passive aggressive comments on a lot of different people's things, okay? And whether that guy knew it or not, but he is building a personal brand right now, and it's not a good one, okay? Think about future people who might be hiring him or might, go ahead and check out his profile and see what kind of person he is. Do you think they're going to want to work with someone who is not very nice and, posting mean comments? I mean, I think even one of the comments he posted, his friend had posted an anniversary picture of him and his wife. And one of his comments was, "You really like that attention, don't you?" you know? So, anyway, I just want you guys to know that people are watching, right? And especially if you are a coach, a course creator, an online business professional, people are checking out what you do online, right? So let's do it intentionally. So let's just dive in. I'll let Scott kick us off with the first one. So again, we're going over the 3 reasons why you should be focusing on building your personal brand online.
So the first thing it creates visibility. And this is the one thing that we really want you to focus on, because you also want to ask yourself this question, like, are you visible on social media? Not just are you showing up on social media, is your personal brand visible on social media? So the one thing that Nancy and I always do is we always look at some of the content that we produce, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Instagram or LinkedIn, and we look to see how relevant is the content that I've produced? Meaning, how relatable is it to the personal brand that I'm building? Visibility is everything. And there's so many people that are missing a ton of opportunity because, number one, they're not being consistent on social media. Number two, the type of content they are producing on social media has no relation to what they do as a personal brand. But in my honest opinion and my humbled opinion is people really aren't taking the time and attention to actually look at what they should be doing on the specific social media platforms. I've said this in previous trainings that, the way that you treat Facebook is different from Instagram and it's different from LinkedIn. And a lot of people just kind of get lazy and they just put the same thing out on all social media platforms and think that's the best way to build their personal brand. But I always tell people, you have to think about the individuals that are on the other side of that computer screen. What are they looking to relate to? How do you want to be visible to them? If you were looking to attract your ideal client avatar or a power partner to do collaborations with, what kind of content would you like to see? How would you like to be visible and present on social media to really expand your personal brand?
All right. So number 2.
Any commentary to that?
No, I think it's good.
Okay, good.
All right. So jumping right into
I'm gonna give
number
you
2.
the opportunity. Doesn't have to.
Yeah. No, so the second reason, why it's so important to focus on building your personal brand is, it gives you the ability to establish your credibility and really build that trust. Okay. And I'll give you an example here around this. Okay. So I work with a couple clients who are just amazing and they're in a space, right, where there's lots of competition, right? Lots of different people. And the space is kind of stuffy, meaning it's a lot of professional jargon. There's a lot of, information about, certain things within companies and, whatever. Well, the neat thing that they get to do when they build their personal brand intentionally online is they get to create authentic and kind of fun videos that not only showcase their expertise, but also help them relate to other people and show them how cool and how awesome that they are. Okay. And the way that they do this is they choose, again, topics that they're experts on. They'll go ahead and they'll share kind of some individual stories, and a lot of times they're really goofy and kind of funny and make you laugh. And they also share, obviously the successes that they've had with clients and things like that. So instantly, when we want to build that know, like, and trust, with a potential client, this is such a great way to do it. Okay. And again, they have a very simple plan. They create one piece of content each week, that gets kind of repurposed into different ways, but it really allows them to show up authentically and as themselves. And of course, right, when those big companies are looking around and they're thinking, who am I going to hire? Okay. And they do some searching. and they click on their information, and now they can see on LinkedIn or, all the other platforms that they've posted very genuine videos and share exactly how they help others and how they're really just normal, down to earth people and fun to work with. So that can make all the difference whenever you're really, building that personal brand online. It gives you the ability to, and I want you guys to keep this in mind. In fact, I always say with Scott, it's like building your brick house, as an entrepreneur or as a business owner. You are able to, right? The more people that you work with, like you want to showcase that, right? You want to put that on your website. You want to start putting those on different sites. In fact, LinkedIn gives you the ability, you can actually request to have a recommendation from someone. And it's not a bad idea, especially like if you're starting out in your business or you're really trying to get on social media, to reach out to people you've worked with before and say, hey, can you take a couple minutes to write me a recommendation? And remember, guys, it can go both ways. You can actually write a recommendation back to them for having worked with them, right? That's a great way to exchange. So that's one thing that I'm even growing myself. But think about it, right? When people go to hire people, they want to check out. They want to see if they're the real deal. They want to see if they've got other people results. They want to see other testimonials. They want to see, what it was like working with you. So building your personal brand on social media allows you to really showcase that and establish that credibility and that trust.
Yeah, this is something that Nancy and I really focus on. And, we talk about the brick house as she just mentioned. So when someone like asks, this is something that I actually learned from a client that Nancy used to work with. Nancy had a very high profile client that used to, or still does, write speeches and write for very high profile people. And I remember Nancy shared a story with me that this client of hers was talking to her about. Someone asked for, can I speak to one of your clients? And the person rebutted with, hell no, my clients do not sell for me. And that was a huge takeaway from me, because I think as a business owner, when someone says, oh, can I talk to one of your clients, because they're looking for that third party approval. Why we talk so much about that brick house is you want so much visible credibility that it builds that know, like, and trust. Because again, no one buys anything from anyone that they don't know, they don't like, and they don't trust. And for me, as far as the LinkedIn recommendations, that's why I'm very consistent with asking my clients to write them for me. I've accrued almost 500 written recommendations just on LinkedIn. And why that's so powerful is that individual has to actually take the time to write that recommendation and then submit it to you to then put on your profile. So it's not like you're writing it for them or you're just quoting something. It's actually from that individual. But also, I have close to 100 reviews and recommendations of one of my books. I have over 70 recommendations and reviews on my podcast. So, and these things all took time. They didn't happen overnight. They've taken 3, 4, 5 years to accrue, but it really makes you stand out, and it does establish that credibility and trust.
Yeah, and I just want to jump in here real quick, and I want to also share with you, I mean, what this has helped, Scott and helped us achieve. So there was a couple of the top financial firms in the entire country, right, were actually reaching out and they were looking for LinkedIn coaches, right, to help their peeps. Well, one thing that 100% set Scott apart from pretty much everyone else was the fact that he had so many written recommendations and he had so much credibility behind him. Okay. So personal branding and the ability to, do this, you don't just snap your fingers and it doesn't just happen overnight. It's intentional things that you're doing. And that's especially why we're training on it. That's why we did this upcoming workshop, is because we want to give you guys, right, almost that checklist, right, that routine, those things that you can do strategically every day in your business to build out that long-term expert, foundation for you and your business. So, yeah, I mean that's 100%. I believe that's the reason why some of these top firms, have hired Scott and any others. All right. So the third reason why you should focus on building your personal brand online is you're going to be able to find clients. Okay. So a lot of people, right, when we post content and we show up online, it does a lot of different things, right? Not necessarily, right? It doesn't like drive droves of people, calling you and your phone's not ringing off the hook. But what it does is it creates that brand awareness around you and what it is that you do. In fact, I love this quote from Seth Godin. It's something I've been saying a lot lately, and it's don't market to people or market at people, market with people, right? Market alongside of them. And that's what I think about, right? Whenever I think about when you're building your personal brands, it's important. And these are things, again, we go over in our workshop to get clear on who your audience is, right? What that niche is, and where exactly are you really focusing on marketing your business to. It's important to get clear on that because what's going to happen is you're going to start posting content that builds that awareness, right? It creates that I kind of might need what you've got going on. And you're going to get a lot of people who are running alongside of you. And they're going to start being curious about what you do. And if you're very clear when you're building your personal brand and your messaging and your mission is clear, people are going to know that when they need you, you're the person that they're going to hire. Okay. So building your personal brand intentionally in this way can set you up for so much success. Okay. So the third is absolutely helping you find clients. And just to tag off of that, it also helps you set yourself apart from competition. Okay. And I've seen this so many times, right? I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, I need help with social media strategy or I need support with whatever. And there are millions of people out there right now teaching that. But they happen to say, well, I love your content. I listen to your podcast or, I happen to check you out on, the videos that you do and I'm ready, I'm ready for that help and let's jump on a call. Happens all the time. Okay. So the things that you're doing every single day, the focus that you're giving on building this personal brand is it's a long-term build, and it's really going to help you, set apart from the competition. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people out there and most people who are not successful are not doing any of this intentionally. They're just throwing spaghetti at a wall and they're just kind of posting content. But when you show up intentionally, you have those plans, you set those goals, and you have a strategy, which is exactly what we're teaching you in the personal branding workshop, you are going to feel more confident. You are going to feel more clear. You're going to feel like, all right, I know exactly what I need to be doing every single day, and you're going to know how to show up.
Yeah, and just to be clear, the workshop that we're going to be doing starting next week, it's a $49 workshop. And the reason why we're charging $49 is because we are going to be going over content we've never gone over before for a group. And B, we are giving you the foundation and the blueprint of how to take your personal brand to the next level so you generate income in your business. That is why this small $49 investment will give you a 1,000-time return if you truly do apply what we teach. But the final thing that I want to share with you is an old childhood friend of mine, good friend of mine that I recently worked with on LinkedIn to help her become more visible on LinkedIn with her personal brand. In 8 short weeks, she went from really having no visibility or no real understanding of using LinkedIn. And we caught up last week and she just actually had a 6-figure launch from the people that she connected with and acquired from LinkedIn. So she actually had an 18x return in 8 weeks on what I taught her on LinkedIn. So if you don't think that building your personal brand on social media could bring an ROI back into your business in a very short amount of time, you're wrong. And for $49, you're going to learn all of these things starting next Monday. So again, the registration link is in the description of this episode. So remember, 3 reasons why you should focus on building your personal brand online. Creates more visibility, you establish that credibility and trust, and you can find more clients so you can set yourself apart from that competition out there. So everyone, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next time.
Happy New Year.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much again for checking out today's episode. And if you are listening through iTunes, Spotify, wherever you are, Please leave me a rating and review. Let me know what you loved, what you would like to see improved, or ideas you have for future episodes. And if you are interested in taking your business to the next level, don't hesitate to go to my website, www.scottaaron.net, where you can schedule a free discovery call with me, where I can learn more about you, your business, what you're struggling with, and how we can work together. And don't forget to check out my wife, Nancy, and mine, our free community on Facebook called LinkedIn Leads for Life. We would love to see you in there. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you, everyone, for your support. Grateful for each and every one of you.